Octavia had a very rough season last season.
Yeah, did she ever?
Yeah.
Octavia needs a drink. Yeah.
What can you tell us about your thought process in going through that kind of transition with her character? Because she seems so angry most of the time, and then her and Lincoln were such on the outs because she wanted to be more with the Grounders, and he was trying to find a balance between the arcs and the Grounders together.
Yeah, and it was weird because Lincoln and Octavia were kind of on opposing sides. He wanted to stay, she wanted to go. But, you know, she saw how bad the Grounders were getting mistreated, especially under Pike's dictatorship, so she knew it wasn't going to be a safe place for him. And she's never felt safe among those people, ever, especially being raised underneath the floor and floating their mother. And Octavia's always been an outsider. She's never quite belonged anywhere, didn't know where she belonged. The fandom and the viewership really sort of watched her evolve into a young woman from the girl that you saw land on the earth in season 1. She's changed so much, which has been such a pleasure to play her, because at least it's not, you know, kind of boring at one level. She's always on some like ridiculous emotional journey somehow, so it's a lot of fun. But yeah, this was a really hard season for Octavia because of Lincoln's death. The only man that's ever believed in her, the tragic way it ended, but it was also sort of like a beautiful tragedy all at the same time. They started and ended their relationship and their journey sort of like in a complete circle. They were always making these like immense sacrifices for one another, and that's exactly how it ended. So the forbidden romance that was them ended in the most sort of beautiful way, you know, it's sort of Shakespearean almost. It was hard for Octavia after that, when her world just came down on her and she felt completely alone. And then she had to fight the war with Pike. So it's that old school saying, you know, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer, and that's what she had to do. She's such an emotionally impulsive girl, so she doesn't always make the right decisions when, you know, she lets her head get the best of her. I mean, I know I do that sometimes, probably every 28 days. So when she slashed Pike's leg, when she needed him to fight the war against Allie, that was a huge mistake. But he eventually got the revenge that she wanted to give him. Octavia killed Pike in the finale. She thought that would band-aid the giant hole in her heart, but of course it doesn't. And you're going to see her take a really dark journey and path next season. She'll become an assassin with a group of people you're very familiar with. Can't tell you who. And she's going to do what she does best, which is kill people quickly and efficiently. Yeah.
So her relationship with Indira, will it get closer?
Well, she's headed off somewhere in the finale. My guess, if I were a fan, would be to find Indra, the only other one that really has been there to support her since day one, because Indra was left on the cross. So you'll have to tune in and see how that goes. See if Indra's okay or not.
Blake
Hopefully.
siblings, will she ultimately be able to repair her relationship with her brother, or is that just toast?
I mean, that's a big one to try to mend, because she, you know, Octavia beat the crap out of Bellamy while he was chained to a wall because she felt that he could have done something, because he was on Pike's side, and that's the only thing that's ever really meant anything to her. He believed in her, he taught her how to be who she is and where she belonged, and really gave her that sense of self and independence as a young woman. So we'll see if Octavia ever falls in love again. I'm not sure. In terms of Bellamy and Octavia, I think that's what the fans like to see. It's like sibling rivalry. You know, I have 3 other siblings, and, you know, scars all over my body from, you know, scrapping with them growing up. And that's what the fans like to see, you know. They go apart, they come together, they go apart. They're family, they're the Blakes, and that'll never change.
Is Octavia going to face any official repercussions for killing Pike, or is she going to take off before anything?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure what's going to happen in terms of the repercussions of killing Pike. But I'm pretty sure she can hold her own, and she's really good at hiding and sneaking away and dodging any bullets that she needs to survive. Octavia's a survivor, so I think she'll be all right. But who knows? I don't write the show. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.